Roll the coin. We know the truth now. Peace to my beautiful people, God's chosen people. I love y'all and I'm in love with you. Put the coin in the chat and put where you're from in the chat. Storm, what up? Put the coin in the chat, share the live, and put where you from in the chat. My beautiful Americans, roll the coin. God's chosen people. Virginia, what up? Put the coin in the chat and put where you're from in the chat. Seattle, what's up, Grandmaster Chief? Roll the coin. Follow Grandmaster Chief. Maryland, what up? We know the truth now. Allen, what up? Hit the like button, hit the share button. Let me share the live real quick. Roll the coin. BA, what up? American Product, what up? Hit the like button, put where you're from in the chat. Ladybug, what up? Chicago in the building. Philly in the building. Cyber Dunn, what up? Now today, Mississippi in the building. Today, I'm gonna talk about the Ankh cross and what it really comes from and what it really means. Because our people are gravitated to that Ankh, and I'm gonna show you why. Put the coin in the chat. Put where you're from in the chat. I'm letting everybody get in the live. Let my people get in the live. Roll the coin. Be the light. What up? Aaron Honeycutt, Louisiana. Broderick, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Roll the coin. We know the truth now. All right, let's get started. Roll the coin, we know the truth now. Roll the coin, we know the truth now. Y'all see me good? Y'all hear me good? Put some coin in the chat. You see me good? You hear me good? You feel good? How you feeling? Roll the coin. Young Majesty, what up? Okay. The Ankh cross, right? It has been a mystery throughout time what it really means and where it really comes from, and what it is associated with, and that's what's why our people are so attracted to the Ankh cross. And we got it tattooed, we got it everywhere, we wear the necklaces, but we gotta understand where that comes from. Appreciate you, man, about the shirt. You gotta understand where this comes from, right? Roll the coin. Now, What culture and religion are you supporting? Not supporting no religion. Nah. Then what we talking about over here? Survival, what up? Okay. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Roll the coin. Let me show you. Okay. Let's start here. Roll the coin. Now, okay. The Ankh cross. See, these hunter-gatherers will tell you it got something to do with the female and the male organ and all of that. See, that's hunter-gatherer thinking. see the hunter-gatherer gonna tell you the Ankh cross is the male and the female intertwining. This is the phallic and this is the womb and all of that. See, we gotta go deeper than that. That ain't deep enough. See, that's what they considered it to be when they found it, right? But they didn't ever understand it until later on down the line. But the Ankh cross is coming straight out of the sky, people. It's coming straight out of the sky. And I'm gonna show you the stars associated with the Ankh. And when they align, it's harvest time, people. When they align, it's harvest time. The harvest is what our people, whatever's going on when the harvest time is going on, that is what's most important to our culture, right? I'm gonna show you why I got the hoop at the end, right? The harvest is very important to our culture. Now, the bottom of the Ankh cross is what? Put it in the chat. The bottom of the Ankh cross is what? Look at this diagram. What's the bottom? What's the bottom? I'm asking y'all, what's the bottom of the Ankh? Sirius is the bottom of the Ankh cross. You see that? You see that? See that? Sirius. Roll the coin. What is the body or the middle of the Ankh cross? What is the middle of the Ankh? Look at this. Put it in the chat. Orion. Orion. Right? Now, you put Betelgeuse and Regal. They go Regal. You put Betelgeuse and Regal in it. You make the Tau. Take this off. That's the Tau cross. This is where it all started at, right here with the Tau. The loop was added later, but it started with the Tau. Orion, Sirius, these stars right here makes the Tau, right? Now, this is called the ecliptic loop. The ecliptic loop. What 3 star constellations make up the ecliptic loop? Put it in the chat. Pleiades, Taurus stars, and the Hyades stars make the ecliptic loop. But you see all of these stars aligning. You see all of these stars aligning during the summer solstice. That's why this is called the key of life. The key of life is to feed my people. The key of life is a symbol in the sky. It lets me know it's time for the harvest of the agriculture. In the physical world. In the physical world, that's what this means. Now in the spiritual world, it's resurrection. It's resurrection in the spiritual world. Right? That's why I'm teaching this. Yeah, yes. This is coming up. My birthday is Monday. Summer solstice jumping off right now, right around this time. That's why I'm teaching this, right? You're going to see Sirius align. You're going to see Orion. You're going to see the Pleiades. You're going to see the Taurus stars and the Hyades stars, right? All aligned during the summer solstice. Let's keep going. That's what the Ankh means. That's why it's called the key of life. The key of life is agriculture to feed our people. The key of life, the ecliptic loop you're referring to is Taurus. Two notable open star clusters with Taurus, the Pleiades, and the Hyades. You see that? Ecliptic loop in the background of Taurus. In the background of Sirius, Orion, ecliptic loop in the background. That is the Ankh. That is the key of life. That is, when you figure this out, these are the stars of the harvest. That's why everybody praised it. Roll the coin. Everybody showed love to the stars of the harvest. That's what the Ankh is. If people don't understand it, it's stars aligning at a certain time of year, and our people put those stars on the praise of the harvest. Let's keep going. Ecliptic loop, Taurus, Pleiades, Hyades. Let's go back to the map. Let's go back. Ecliptic, Taurus. See that? Horns of Taurus, Pleiades, Hyades over here somewhere. Roll the coin right there. Now, that's the loop. This is Sirius and Orion making the tau with the loop on it, which is the ecliptic loop. Let's keep going. The golden gate of the ecliptic. The Pleiades and Hyades, situated on the other side of the ecliptic line with Taurus, form a notable asterium known as the golden gate of the ecliptic. This asterium is significant because it marks the virtual gate through which the sun, moon, and planets regularly pass as they travel along the ecliptic. The term ecliptic loop might be less common to describe the region and the movement of the celestial bodies within it. Right? The ecliptic loop represents the sun's path. Let's keep going. The Pleiades and Hyades star cluster in the Taurus constellation are located on either side of this path, forming the golden gate of ecliptic. This Pleiades and Hyades star cluster in the Taurus constellation are located on either side of this path, forming the golden gate of ecliptic. This area is important because the sun, moon, and planets appear to move through the zodiac constellations here. This is very important. The sun, moon, and planets appear to move through the zodiac constellations here. This is very important. Very important. Roll the coin. Now, this is an old tablet, about 4,500 years old, right? About 4,500 years old, showing the Pleiades, Taurus, and all that in the ecliptic loop, right? But let's keep going. The first widespread use of the cross, symbol of Christianity, appears to have occurred in Egypt among the Coptic Christians who adapted the ancient Ankh cross to a new religion, right? The original Tau cross, or T-shaped cross, ultimately became the recognizable cross of the crucifixion. In its original T-shaped form, it symbolized the phallus. See, that's the part that they put in there. That phallus and all that old freaky stuff, they did all that, right? They came with all that teaching of the phallus. But check this out. A visual of the head of Christ of the cross is created by the loop of the Ankh when it is added to the T-shaped Tau cross. So you add the ecliptic loop to the T-shaped Tau cross, right? And that's how you get the Ankh. Let's keep going. An awareness of the ecliptic in Egyptian cosmology would have confirmed of the Ankh symbol the promise of resurrection as inspired by the eternal movement of the planets along the ecliptic, right? In 2500 BC, the vernal equinox marked the position of the sun center of the golden gate of ecliptic in the constellation of Taurus. So during spring and during the summer, you can see the golden gate of ecliptic, right? The bull, sacred bull, represents Taurus. Let's keep going. The helixual rising of the dawn sky of the Sirius, marked the inundation of the Nile and started the Egyptian calendar year. It appeared to precede the fertilization of fields and renewal of agricultural growth. Prior to the rising of Sirius, right? Prior to the rising of Sirius, the appearance, right, of the dawn, of Orion's belt stars in the dawn sky signaled the imminent ascent of Sirius above the horizon. Let's keep going. Roll the coin. Where we was at? Sirius. Okay. These four stars, Sirius and Orion belt, determine the agricultural seasons as held as paramount religious significance to the continuance of the Egyptian civilization. Their rising occurred around the time of the summer solstice, linking the sun and its supremacy to the four stars and the beginning of the inundation, right? The line that originates at Sirius and runs through the three stars can be extended upwards, which is where it intersects with the Hyades and the Pleiades and the Taurus stars. So you are looking through Sirius, through Orion, and in the background, you see Hyades, Taurus, and you see the Pleiades. That's what they're trying to tell you, right? You see it? Sirius, Orion, Hyades, Taurus, Aldebaran, Pleiades. You see that? So it's going up, cross, ecliptic loop in the background with the Pleiades and Hyades and Taurus makes the loop in the sky, right? This is what it is. Reddish and orange, Aldebaran, that traditionally forms the Eye of the Bull, Taurus constellation. The Pleiades cluster also forms a part of this constellation or lies on the outside shoulder of the bull. Roll the coin. That's fire. Let's keep going. It's called the heavenly portal, people. The heavenly portal. The two star clusters, Pleiades and Hyades, are the boundary markers that can be seen at the gate post of the heavenly portal. These cosmic markers reflect the ancient practice of placing piles of stones to mark crossroads in sacred locations that align with the Ankh in the sky, right? That's where Mounds come in at. That's where Mounds come in at. Roll the coin. This term is called the Golden Gate of ecliptic, and reflects the phenomenon that the planet orbits the sun at the same plane. So that's where the Mounds come in at. That's where the pyramids come in at. That's where the holy temples come in at. They are all aligned with this ecliptic, with this Sirius, Orion, Pleiades, Hyades, Taurus loop with the cross. That's where that comes from. And that is seen during the summer solstice. So it was a religious thing physically, and it was a spiritual thing spiritually, right? Let's keep going. Roll the coin. Because the relative proximity to the Earth, they talk about Venus and Mercury can appear, right? Just outside the space between the Pleiades and Hyades cluster. This is so-called sky heaven. Even in the event, right, horns of the Taurus bull, which encompass a wider region of the sky, gap between the two clusters. So Taurus, Hyades, and Pleiades is the loop, right? Ancient observer would therefore see that it was the horns of the stellar bull that defined the heavenly gate that is now termed the Golden Gate of the ecliptic. Let's keep going. The remarkable fusion of ecliptic arc and stellar horns potentially illuminates the Menian ritual of bull leaping. Now, Menians, I showed y'all who Menians was. Menians were melanated people bringing things to Egypt, bringing crops to Egypt. This is some type of Hebrew, the Menian people, right? Despite of the right shoulder, participants leaping through the horn of the bull. Now, This stuff interesting. Let's keep going. 4,500-year-old tablet, the Quadi tablet, is incised with 5 divisions of the star-studded heavens. That's what this is right here. This is the Quadi tablet, showing you the 5 different type of stars around the loop. See, this stuff is all on artifacts. You just got to be able to understand the artifacts to be able to understand what they try to tell you. But let me get back to this. Roll the coin. Right? The central division of the tablet, semicircular symbol divisions, each side contain interpreted as a symbolic representation of the Hyades cluster on one side, the Pleiades cluster on the other. Therefore, there is a semicircular symbol between the 2 star clusters. This semicircular icon is precise symbolic match for the apex of the Ankh loop, indicating that both are symbolic representations of the ecliptic arc, right? They appear to conform the golden gate of the ecliptic, has been understood for millennia, right? The ecliptic is shown as a dotted line running through the loop of the Ankh, right? Right up in here. Hyades, Pleiades, right up in here, right? The T-shaped cross connects the Sirius and Orion's belt, intersecting by a cross bar connecting Betelgeuse and Regal. You see Regal right there? Betelgeuse right there? That is making the tau. Sirius, Orion, Betelgeuse, and Regal are making the tau. The ecliptic loop is the Hyades, Pleiades, and the stars of Taurus, the horns of Taurus. Why is this important? Why is this important, people? Because when you see this line in the sky, this is the harvest season. This is the season that our people bow down and show respect to the earth and the stars. That's why that symbol is so prevalent in our culture. That's why we are still linked to that symbol, because that symbol fed the civilizations that became our ancestors. It was very important. We wouldn't be here if somebody did not do agriculture and astrology and learn the way it worked and fed our ancestors to be here today. That's why it's so important. And I want to say something too. I seen this podcast. I don't know dude's name. He got a popular podcast. He kind of new. Bright skinned dude. I know he's more enlightened than what he is, but he was just rambling. But he said history don't matter. History does not matter. Why we worried about history? Because history is what made the world the way it is today, sir. History does matter. History shows you what people at what time done what thing to mold this earth into what it is today. History matters. If my ancestor hanging from a tree don't matter, I am a low vibration being. History matters. My ancestors getting millions of dollars worth of land took matters. My ancestors getting lynched matters. My ancestors getting pulled out of tombs and mounds and threw up in a museum box matters, bro. That's why we're in the predicament we are today. We don't care about our history. If it wasn't for our history, there would not be nothing prevalent on the face of this earth. Nothing really matters. Why do you think people hide your history? Only thing is hid is something very important. You don't hide nothing that ain't important. You're not gonna hide no piece of chewed up bubble gum. You're gonna hide gold though. You hide your bank card. You hide your car keys, don't you? You put your car keys in your pocket, you lock your credit card, don't you? Because that's important to you, right? So why do they hide our history? Why? By hiding of people's history and culturally assimilating them, acting like you the one created, you take away a power of a people. You take away their connection to what made them great in the first place. That's what happens. So if it wasn't that important, they wouldn't be hiding your knowledge in no damn in their basement. They wouldn't be hiding your ancestors' bones in the bottom of a museum. They wouldn't be hiding the artifacts. They wouldn't be acting like this don't matter and that never happened. Your history makes the present. Now, if history don't matter, if nobody would have never attacked the melanated, God's chosen people over here in America, your ancestors would have thousands of acres of beautiful land and rivers. History don't matter, huh? You wouldn't be on here trying to force no podcast on nobody trying to make no money, because you wouldn't even need no money. Ain't no need to get famous. Ain't no need to rap. Ain't no need to act. Your ancestors already made your family plentiful before you were ever born. If a hunter-gatherer didn't come take your knowledge and your land and your culture, who you think roamed these lands before everybody else? Who do you think owned these lands before everybody else? Think about it. Think about all of the crops your ancestors passed down to you and you could have sold for millions of dollars. It ain't about no money. I'm just giving an example. Think about if your ancestors would have never lost them 1,000 acres of tobacco. How many Newports your family will be selling right now? Think about if your family never lost their land right on the Mississippi River, where them big old catfish is selling for millions of dollars a year. Think about the land on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi and Louisiana with all them damn crab legs, shrimp you could be selling yourself. You ain't have to go nobody to college to sell that. College? Fuck a college. Roll the corn. My people are already wealthy. We're gonna learn agriculture knowledge and livestock knowledge. And I can live out here on my own land, on my own house, with no neighbors, with no mortgage, with no goddamn water bill. Roll the corn. Just think about that. Why history matters, bro. History put us in the hood. So you said fuck the history, but let's talk about the guns and the drugs in the neighborhood. Now that's behind the fact, brother. No, see, this not deep enough for me. No, I heard your little podcast. I really want to tag the dude. I heard your podcast. You want to talk about what really matters is the hood and the guns and the dope and the fentanyl. No, that's on the back end. They resorted to different tactics after they couldn't take you out the first time. They tried to take you out the first time, nigga. Your people just can't get took out. We don't die, we multiply. They tried to unalive all our ass the first time. But you don't understand it because you stuck on some hood shit. It ain't deep enough for me. Not for truth now. I know why we in the hood. I know why we getting drunk and getting high. I know why. Because after you can't get rid of a people, you try to make them get rid of themselves. You put them in an area that you don't want to live in. You stuff them right there, and you put everything there so they can unalive each other and hate each other. Then you break their culture of the love of their own people, and hope y'all sit there and kill each other in that zone, and everybody kill each other off so y'all could be gone all together. That's after the fact. But what happened before that? They take all the good land and put you on the bad land. That's where the Trail of Tears come from. We're going to take you off the black belt and move your ass to Oklahoma where ain't nothing but the desert out there. Then we hope you kill each other out there. Now, some of y'all stayed in these major cities in the South, but we're going to put y'all in the bad part of the land that ain't no agriculture growing. Do you see any corn growing in the hood? Do you see any corn growing in the goddamn hood? Do you see any okra? Do you see any cabbages, greens? Do you see any fish jumping around in the motherfucking hood? Now, our grandmama's planted a little something on back of her house, but that ain't enough to feed no community. They put you on the bad land to take away your power of agriculture and feeding your people. Now you got to depend on who? Them. With your grandmama land. They feeding you right back off the land they took from your ancestors. And you got to go to the grocery store and pay the high for it. It's all about design. Roll the corn. Ain't nothing growing in the hood but hatred for your own people. That's the only thing growing in the hood. That's why they stuck you over there on the west side of town. Ain't no grass growing. Ain't nothing growing over there. Put them in that area right there. Ain't nothing growing there. We'll take the area over here that's fertile and put our big ass mansion after we take it over here on the fertile land. Let y'all live on the hard land over here on this side of town. Every town is different. Start researching something for me, y'all. Start looking at the town you live in and then go research what part of town was not the agriculture fields. I bet the hood right there. Oh, I stay on the west side. West side of St. Louis. Oh, ain't nothing growing over there. That's why they put your ass over there. When you stop growing things from the earth, your culture dies off. You have to be dependent on another people. They know that. So, dude on the podcast, I got something. This is what I want to say to you. History matters, bro. People learn how to do evil things throughout history, and that's why I want to teach it, because if you see it again, you can understand what's going on, right? Evil things were taught through history, through these people's culture, and they are still trying to do it to us today. At least we can peep it before they try to do it this time. Because if you don't learn from history, you can't learn what's going to happen in the future. Everything repeats itself. Everything. Right? You think everything don't repeat itself? It does. Our people went to Africa and got enslaved. Thousands of years later, they come over here and enslave the rest of our ass over here in America, where we came from. History repeated itself, people. Do you understand that? History repeated itself. We got enslaved everywhere we went. But this, I hope we can reach enough people now where we can't go through this again. By us being ignorant of history, we can get enslaved again. We think we free. We not free. I tell you what, if you think you free, go walk out there on one of these major rivers where these white folks got the land. Walk right up through their backyard with a river at and see if you're free. They gonna lock your ass up or hurt you bad. The land not free to roam no more. You can't even walk out here and get no pecans off the ground no more. It ain't free no more. It costs money just to breathe. Am I lying? Roll the corn. It gives the effect of freedom, but it's not freedom. Freedom is, if I wake up in the morning, I can roam all lands. I can pick a piece of corn, a peach, a lemon off the tree, walking up the street and eat it right there. I can go fishing wherever and pull it out with peaceful people around and eat the fish right there. I ain't worried about how I'm gonna pay you all these goddamn bills on the first, cause I'm on my own land. Ain't no water bill, cause I'm getting water out the Mississippi River. Our people figured out free energy. Ain't no damn electricity bill. History matters. History really matters, bro. They monetized our creations against us. Think about it. Think about it. They monetized electricity. They monetized water. They monetized you living on the land, paying mortgages and rent. Think about it. They took all the food out the area and sold it back to you at their grocery stores. They opened up banks off plantation money. Then you put your money in the bank right with the... them some cold motherfuckers. Ooh, they cold now. I gotta give them that. I ain't gonna take that away from them. The game they playing is cold. But if you don't know the game, you don't know the game, you don't know nothing. Gas and petroleum and oil come out the earth. Our people, the ancient miners, are the first people to run across gas and natural oil, people. And springs, and natural springs with water. We dug that up first. Everything you need to survive in America, they have taken it and they are monetizing it. You pay for the oil from AutoZone. You pay from the gas from the Arabs. Think about it. If our ancient culture was still in play, we'd have gas taps, oil taps, natural spring taps. That's what the mound builders had. The mound builders were buried with oil slick all over them, people. It's called bitumen. Over them, people. It's called bitumen. Give me a 2 in the chat if you hear me. Give me a 2 in the chat. Y'all hear me? Give me a 2. My phone ringing. Give me a 2. Come on, y'all. Think about it. Now, this is the Ankh cross one more time. Sirius at the bottom, the base of the Ankh. Regal is the right side. Betelgeuse is the left side. The center pole is Orion's belt. Hyades in a loop. Taurus in a loop. Pleiades in a loop. That's the Coptic loop, ecliptic loop on top of the Tau, which is our key of life, which is agriculture. Because when this aligns, it is the harvest season. Now let me show you that. Roll the coin. Let me show you that. The Ankh symbol is associated with ecliptic, particularly in the terms of a symbolic representation of life, cosmic cycles of ancient Egyptian beliefs. The Ankh and the loop. You see that? Roll the coin. The ecliptic loop, people. Let's keep going. The Ankh is the key of life. The key of life back then was agriculture. Because without agriculture, we don't have strong men. We don't have strong children. We're not nourished enough to learn knowledge and build stone structures. We have to feed our people first. This, in the sky, is when the harvest comes. That's why this is the cross that our people carried. Roll the coin. This ain't got nothing to do with no Christianity. This ain't got nothing to do with no religion. This has something to do with our beliefs of the harvest. Because we knew one thing for sure. When this pop up in the sky, it's time to pull the crops out the ground and celebrate a successful harvest. Right? Now the physical side is agriculture. The spiritual side is eternal life in the afterlife. See, it got two sides. Everything we done had two sides, physical and spiritual. Everything we done had two sides. The physical side is the agriculture for the harvest. The spiritual side is the eternal life, the resurrection of our people, the afterlife teachings. Let's keep going. Yes, the Pleiades star cluster is visible in the early morning sky around the time of the summer solstice. Yes, it is. It's in the background, people. It's in the background. We got Sirius rising in front of the sun. Okay, let me explain it. Before Sirius rises, the Pleiades, the loop is already there. At nighttime, before dawn, Taurus, Hyades, Pleiades, they go to loop. The Sirius rises right in front of it with Orion. Now daytime is coming. That is the Ankh. That is harvest season because that is the summer solstice. Right? You see that? They rise just before dawn, which is known as the helixual rise of Sirius, right in the middle of this loop, marking the start of planting season in the new year. This is the spring equinox, right? It happens the same way during the spring as it does during the summer. That's why the Pleiades is so prevalent. Now, why in the hell is Mounds shaped like the Pleiades star system in America? Think about that. That ain't no Native American knowledge, my people. I can show you mounds from Mississippi all the way to New York, shaped just like this. Them melanated people built them fucking mounds, bro. I gotta break it all the way down for people to understand it. This ain't no Native American culture. It hurts my heart to even think you even know the Native American built that. Cahokia got this, people. Moundville got this. Mounds in South Carolina and Florida shaped just like this. Georgia, just like this. Research it. Research Pleiades mounds in America. And just go through you gonna see 100 different complexes shaped just like that. You think Egypt started that? It pops out in the summer solstice right before dawn, right before the Sirius rises in front of the sun, making the all-seeing eye. Now you starting to get it. That's what your people would. That's the knowledge the Freemasons don't want you to know. That's the knowledge the ancestors were trying to pass down, and they lie to us talking about it's all this other shit. I know exactly what it is. And my people gonna learn it too. Now, right. Now, in the morning, before the helixual rising of the all-seeing eye, the Sirius going in front of the sun, you see this, the Pleiades. What else you see? You see the morning sky? Significant in the cultures, marking the start. Let's keep going. What else pop up? Hyades star cluster is visible in the early morning sky around the time of the summer solstice. It's before dawn. Then, when dawn comes, the Sirius goes right in front of the sun, making the all-seeing eye, with the Pleiades fading out, Hyades and Taurus stars in the background because they fade out in the day. That time of the dawn is heaven. Ecliptic circle, ecliptic loop. It happened real fast, but they knew what they were looking at. Now I told you the Pleiades is in the background, the Hyades is in the background. You see what's going on? making the Ankh. What else back there? Potentially see the Taurus constellation in the early morning sky around the time of the sun. Your Taurus back there too. Taurus is back there too. You see that? And let's see who done that. It's also there during the spring equinox. Right? It's also there doing the spring equinox in the background. It's just a different direction. Hyades there too. We are marking agriculture. Spring when the planet, all-seeing eye and Ankh during the summer solstice. That's why we really show much love to the spring and much love to the summer solstice. This is our culture. Let's keep going. Roll the corn. Tied to a successful harvest. The Ankh is a symbol of life in many aspects, and the concept of life is, of course, tied to a successful harvest. That's the concept of life, people. That's what the ancestors were trying to tell you. It's the concept of life is a successful harvest. See that? That's what it meant before it meant the phallus. Before it meant all this other stuff. That's what it meant. Let's keep going. Reliance of agriculture. Right? Harvest and sustenance. The annual harvest was not just a season, it was a critical period for gathering food needed to survive, people. This is survival. This ain't all this cute, pretty shit, all this made-up ass knowledge about all this old alien bullshit. We trying to survive on the planet. Roll the corn. All that old, the ecliptic, blah, 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 the aliens jumping around, the Pleiadians, and then fuck all that. We trying to survive and feed our kind the best way we know how. And we celebrated that. That's where the symbols come from. Survival. And thrive. When you survive off the crops, you thrive after that, people. Ain't no pyramids getting built without with a hungry motherfucker. You ain't building no mound with nobody hungry. You ain't building no pyramid with nobody hungry. Can't nobody map out no Sirius and Orion if they hungry laying on the ground and they ribs popping out. No. Ain't no knowledge if I ain't ate nothing. Gotta eat first, big dog. Go work your 12-hour shift and don't eat for 3-4 days and see what kind of job you gonna fuck that job. I'm finna go eat. Can't work no job if you ain't nourished, bro. You can't do nothing if you ain't nourished. You can't raise your kids. You can't see straight. Your head hurting. You can't do nothing. We got to look at this thing in a human form, not all this old made-up alien, superhuman ass bullshit. We got to look at it as if we are beings of the planet. The harvest, right? Intertwined with religion. The agricultural cycle, including the harvest, was deeply connected to the religious beliefs. They believed deities like Osiris, right, played a vital role in ensuring fertile land and abundant harvest. Osiris come from rolling the motherfucking crops. That's where Osiris come from. He ain't all that other, he's some of that other stuff after the fact, but Osiris is Orion, right? Yeah. Same stuff. Afterlife. Sustenance. That's where all these religions come from, people. God, Jesus come from that. All the Quran shit come from that. All the Anunnaki shit come from that. All the Egyptian shit come from that. All the Sumerian shit come from that. It ain't hard. They try to make this knowledge hard. This knowledge is not hard. It's not hard at all once you understand it. Roll the corn. Watch this. They celebrated and had rituals of the harvest. Right? Offering at the harvest. The only time they put an offering out there was at the harvest. They wasn't just sticking food out there every time they feel like they're trying to show out on Instagram. Want to show out on TikTok and throw your little fruit out there on January the 6th. That's not the harvest. You don't even know what it's for. You just learned a little bit of it, but you don't know the whole thing. Offering don't pop out to the summer solstice, people. Today is the offering. The offering is right now. That's it. We get back to work after that. Because in order to have the next successful harvest, we got to get back to work right after the damn offering of the summer solstice. Roll the corn. We're not here to be cute. We're not here to be just throwing fruit and flowers on the ground every damn day. That's not what that is for. You don't even understand it. So when I see people just throwing that shit every time they feel like it's cute to do it, you don't even understand it. They wasn't wasting no food. They wasn't wasting no energy. They done it when there was time to do it. We know the truth now. This is what went on, people, and this is what our ancestors were doing in America, the mound builders. This is what the ancient American Indian were doing, who are descendants from the mound builders. They were doing the same thing. The corn festival. Celebrate the spring, celebrate the summer solstice. Simple. That's where everything come from. Watch this. Now, while the Ankh symbolically represents eternal life in the harvest, very foundational of the physical, see, substance, foundation of their existence in the physical world. The physical world is the harvest, people. We can put our hands on their corn. We put our hands on them on their squash and beans. That's the physical. Now on the spiritual side, eternal life, resurrection, resurrection of the earth. That's where Jesus get the resurrection from. The resurrection of the earth. Crops growing again in the spring. Roll the corn. Why you think Jesus rides in the spring? Easter, whatever that is. Because it is. Roll the corn. Now, let's go see who done it. The mound builders, particularly the Mississippian culture, likely held ceremonies and rituals related to agriculture and the harvest. Whoa! See, this is how I know who they is. See, this knowledge here is way deeper than that bullshit somebody just running their mouth about. This is truth to the earth and the skies right here. Why you think we done that? These ain't no Native Americans, people. These are melanated people that lived before Egypt, that took that knowledge over there. Because it started here. The oldest mounds are older than Egypt. We was already having rituals for the agriculture and the harvest, just like the damn Egyptians were having rituals for agriculture and the harvest, but they are more evolved. Hundreds and hundreds of years and thousands of years went by. Then that knowledge came to Africa in the Middle East. That's why it's praised so big over there. You understand where I'm coming from? The Mississippian mound builder was doing the rituals, ceremonies for agriculture and the harvest. Now, if we doing ceremonies for agriculture and the harvest, automatically we know about Sirius and Orion because it goes along with rituals, ceremonies of the harvest. So you already know the stars of the spring. You already know the stars of the summer solstice because you already are tapped in and enlightened for the harvest. These are our ancestors in America. I can't teach it no better. I cannot teach this no better. So when they say the Mounds ain't got nothing to do with us, yes, the hell they do. Because this is our ancient culture. If you know melanated people was in Egypt, you know melanated people was on the Mississippi building the mounds because they done the same exact thing. Egypt is just a newer model. Can you see it? Can you see it? That's why they called them the Semitic people, because they took that knowledge around the world. That's why they call it Semitic and Semitic languages. Yo, we know where the Semitic come from. Shit come from here. Because our culture celebrating the harvest is older than Egypt's. It's older than Samaria's. It's older than China's and Asia's. It's older than Indus Valley. So where did it come from? Because everybody wasn't doing this in ancient times. You think everybody was digging out stuff out the earth, mapping out the stars, eating corn in ancient times? You a damn fool if you do. This is God's knowledge. Everybody ain't have it back then. Now look at this. The green corn ceremony. Who done it? Mississippian culture, Muskogee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Alabama, Cherokee, Caddo Indians. The green corn ceremony was a purification ritual performed at the harvest time, focused on themes of renewal, gratitude for the planet, purification. This what's going on out here, people. Look, celestial cycles served as a calendar. This what's going on out here. This what went on. Who were doing it? Who were doing the truth? I showed you the mound builder were doing it. The harvest was deeply intertwined with Sumerian beliefs and was praised and celebrated through religious rituals and festivals. The Mississippian were doing the same thing. The Mississippian doing it. I thought they were aliens, truth. I thought them were Inky and Enlil and them doing that shit over there in Samaria. Inky and Enlil must live on the Mississippi River too. See how you break the bullshit down real fast? You see how it all goes back to one people moving around doing the same thing in different times in history. You see it? Think about it. We got the black belt, fertile soil, right? In the southeast. The Fertile Crescent got the black soil on the Euphrates. Egypt got the black soil on the Nile. Who the fuck is doing the same thing in 5000 BC? Ooh, it ain't hard to figure out. Now, the oldest black soil on the face of the earth is in America. That's a fact. That's a fact. Where the knowledge come from? Where the teachings of the stars and agriculture harvest ceremonies come from? Who teaching that star alignment that go along with the harvest the whole time? Who done it first? Let's use common sense. All the other shit is riffraff. We using beautiful common sense the earth and the earth gave us. We are people of the planet. Common sense runs in his head, bro. We ain't no damn fools. Once it download, you can't forget it. Once it download on you, you will never. People in this lab will never forget what I just showed them. They will never forget it. You know why? Because it's a part of your real history and DNA and your real lifespan on this planet. You ain't never forget what I just told you. You're going to remember every fucking star. You're going to remember everything I just told you because this is your real history. You forget that other shit real quick because it don't connect with you. If this don't connect with you, you don't even need to be in alive. It ain't for you. Your bloodline ain't It wasn't made for you. It was made for us, but we were so great of a people, we wanted to teach everybody else, but they wanted to steal it. The knowledge, the crops, the structures, they wanted all of that. Same way YT people made a building out of the goddamn Capitol building. They still living on your ancient cornfields, and they still hiding your knowledge. They wanted to steal it. They didn't want to learn it from us and give us the credit for making it. They want to steal it and say it's theirs. That's where you come with all this Freemasonry and secret societies. They want to steal it and say it's theirs because they know this is God's knowledge. And whoever controls God's knowledge controls the planet. Can't control y'all without no God's knowledge. They can't do it. How they gonna control you niggas without God's knowledge? You better give them folks something to praise before they go upside your motherfucking head. You better figure out something quick. Oh man, let's take the Haru knowledge, make them Jesus, and make them people calm down. Here you go. You go to book, man. Don't hurt me. That's the only way. You better put some spirituality in them people. If they stay wild, it's over with. Ain't no colonizing. If they stay wild and know they people were praising agriculture cycles, we can't give them no God. They're gonna bust our head. If they still believe in the agriculture cycle of doing June 19th, 20, boy, imagine what we'll be doing today. Looking for hunter-gatherers to smash. We won't be talking about no Juneteenth smash anybody in the way of the harvest. Now, why is this symbolic to me, right? Today is the day of the harvest, people. How much money these crackers finna make today? See, now I'm finna put it on your head. Them folks finna make billions today. The crop coming out the field today. The corn done. The tobacco done. The cotton is done today. Right now. Y'all want to, all my YNs in the chat, if you want to hit a lick, go to the crop field and hit your lick right now. You want $1 billion lick? If you're in the Midwest, go to the corn belt. Go to the corn belt if you're in the Midwest and hit your lick. Go to the black belt in the Southeast on them farms and hit your lick right now today. Put your poo shiesty, y'all. Y'all want to run around and hit a lick? There go your lick. When they dump them crops, they coming back with 18 million. You need to be right on the farm waiting for this. You think I'm busting jokes? I laugh to keep from crying. They payday of the year is this weekend. They are bundling up cotton, corn, and tobacco, okra, everything right now. Bundling that thing up. Putting it in the vacuum seal, finna sell the Czar this weekend. Everything done. Stick a fork in the crops. So go back over there and wait for them at the farm to come on back with the credit card. Make them transfer that 18 million over to your account. Cause the dope finna sell. See, we thinking about weed and all these other drugs that's making money. The country is built on agriculture money, people. See, they taught us the dope game is the way. The agriculture game is the way. You're going to be rich beyond belief if that's what you want. The government give these folks millions of dollars just to keep it going. Then they come back and sell the crop for millions. And they sit right there on their farm, rich as fuck, and look down on us. But their farm came from our people. That's why they don't want you going to the YT areas with big farms and stuff, sundown town. They don't want you back there. It ain't because of they racist. It's because they know you might want your land back. Oh, he trying to trespass on the land. The land that made our family rich. We were poor as hell in Europe, but this American land made us rich. We didn't have shit in Europe, not 1 acre. Why do you think they fight for the flag and the freedom so much? They know their history. This country and the stealing and the free labor made their ass successful. It's the only place on the planet they could become successful. In Europe, you can't even own that much land. They're gonna bust your head, bro. In Africa, you can't own that much land in there eating in them people's face, bro. You can do it over here, though. You can sit right in your damn castle over here in your mansion on stolen land and sell stolen crops every year, and everybody think you the man. But over there, ain't enough agriculture land to split between 100,000 people. Now you put millions over there, ain't enough for them. Somebody finna starve, bro. Over here, everybody can eat. Our land mass is bigger. We got way more agriculture, way more rivers, way more everything. They know that. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Somebody Google this for me, so nobody won't think I'm lying, and put it in the chat. Somebody Google this for me. Google, did plantations finance banks in the South of America? Google that. Did plantations finance the banking system in the South? Google it and put it in the chat. Google it and put it in the chat. I'm gonna show y'all where the money come from. Y'all think these hunter-gatherers out here just got a bunch of money, they just balling and living good. Let me show you where they got it from. What it say? Who Googled it? Bank Corp? Bank Corp popped right up, didn't it? That's the Bank of Mississippi. The Bank of Mississippi transformed into Bank Corp. Bank of Mississippi was started by what? Plantation money. So why our people run around here wondering why we fucked up? That's why. They took our land and got free labor out of our ass and got rich. Took the money after slavery ended, started opening up banks, starting companies. Woo! Where y'all get that gas station from? Where y'all get that bank from? Where did y'all get that goddamn mall from? Where you get all that land from with all them strip malls and shit? You got it from plantation economy. But history don't matter, huh? History matters. If somebody passed you down $50 million, let's say you born. Let's say you born, right? You born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You get about 8 or 9 or 10 years old, you start to realize your family is plentiful. You start to realize, damn, why my people got all this stuff? Land and beautiful houses and beautiful horses and cows and farmland. Somebody must have done something right before I got here. Somebody must have done something right or done something real wrong before I got here. Right? Now you like, start doing a little research on the YT side, you like, damn, my great-great-granddaddy took 1,000 acres from these black folks, these melanated folks. Well, fuck it, we ball. It turned into my boy from Atlanta. Fuck it, we ball. Shit, ain't nothing I could do about it. It was history. That's why history matters, melanated podcast, dude. Because she woke up already a millionaire and didn't do nothing for it. We woke up poor as hell eating lunch meat. History don't matter. You damn fool. I hate to see my people say something that ignorant, bro. If your people didn't fight and have food to nourish the people for your ancestors to keep having babies for you to be here, you wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for history. Wasn't for good history. So how you gonna say history don't matter and you wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for your ancestors fighting for you to be here today? My great grandma for your ancestors fighting for you to be here today. My great grandma could give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. The phone ring. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Give me a 2. Our ancestors could just lay down and died during slavery, people. During prisoners of war. They could just lay down and died. Our ancestors could have been like, look, man, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit, man. Kill me. I ain't working for y'all crackers. Cut my neck off. Hit me right here. Hit me right here. Native Americans done it. Your ancestors could have been like, look, chop my head off. I ain't working for y'all motherfuckers, bro. Fuck that shit. Your bloodline stopped right there. Your bloodline stopped right there. Your ass wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't be here. Nobody in the chat wouldn't be here if our ancestors didn't stand up and be like, look, fuck that shit, man. Let's go and work the field. Let's go and keep it going, man. We got to survive. But history don't matter. You damn fool. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. It matter more than anything. We could have laid down and just starved and died and just peed and just laid there and just gave up right there in the crop field. And we wouldn't even be here. Wouldn't none of us be here. It's just that simple. So your ancestors stood up, took on racism and poverty as being prisoners of war for you to be here, bro. You ain't got no love for that. You ain't got no love for that. You got to have love for that. If you can't feel it, you can't feel nothing. You got to be paralyzed, bro. Somebody really sacrificed for you to be here on this damn phone in your nice house, in your nice car today. If that's what you think is what the world is about. Somebody paved the way. Right? So history matters. Roll the coin. Now the mound builders of the Mississippian culture had related to agriculture and harvest ceremonies, right? The Sumerians did too. Rituals, celebrated festivals of the harvest. Who else done it? The Egyptians, harvest praise. It's crucial to the survival and the prosperity of their people. It's crucial to the survival and the prosperity of their people. It's the same thing here as in Egypt, as in Sumeria, for survival. That's when you get spiritual, when it's survival isn't. See, that's why niggas start praying when they finna get 30 years in jail. God, please, look, I ain't mean to shoot the folks, but I was hungry as a motherfucker, and God damn, I don't want to do these 30 years. God, please let the judge let me make it. You don't get spiritual till this survival get into play. See what I'm saying? So when survival is in the play, that's when the power of what you believe in shows. It comes out. You can't hide it no more. If this harvest is not good, my baby is not gonna make it to Christmas from the summer. We ain't got nothing to feed the baby. Therefore, this is not a game. This is survival of the fittest. Nature is survival of the fittest. We were the fittest people in nature during this time. Wasn't no damn Mongolian Asian more fitter than us in BC times. We built them damn mounds. We made them artifacts, all them arrows and flints and all that shit and axes and copper. That shit is us. I will die today about that knowledge. That's how much I believe in it, because I know better. And you can let somebody else tell you whatever they want to tell you. But that's the truth. Roll the coin. Now let me hit y'all with this one more time. The Ankh cross is Sirius at the bottom, Regal to the right, Betelgeuse to the left, Orion in the middle, Hyades, Pleiades, and the horns of Taurus make up the Ankh. This is what you see in the dawn of the summer solstice. Then you see this when the sun comes up. This part makes the all-seeing eye. This part is the part before the dawn, the light of the sun comes up. This is the key of life. When you see this, it's harvest time. The harvest is the key to life to my motherfucking people. And why is it the key of life? For survival. I love y'all. I'm in love with you. I can't teach you no better. Y'all have a great day. You live at the gun. Roll the corn. We know the truth now.